but it gives you.
Very
I
complex.
mean, no, no. If you take care, you be careful. The canning is really good. And then you just just cut them all. Yeah. Didi was calling me. Tony, do you have some left? What do you make of that? As I say, as I say now, he's going to be analyzed.
Ready, guys? About to walk up.
All right.
¿Puedes quitar y no ponérselo? A ver, dale esa madre.
Sheriff is walking up. Here, let me hand my phones off so y'all got more room in the pockets.
Hi, Sheriff.
Hi.
There's a lot of mics. I'll let you guys take it first. All right, thank you.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Goodness
Yeah,
gracious.
that's great.
So,
And
and
you
just,
can
I
have
think I got
space
an
for
empty
that.
pocket back here.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Everybody ready?
Give me one second.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Give me 1 second. I'm good over here.
Huh? Yeah, it's- Okay.
Dale.
All right, thank y'all so much for joining us. So what we have here is we're at the site of a deputy-involved shooting. What we know is earlier today, SAPD Street Crimes reached out to our BCSO Street Crimes unit and asked for assistance with a wanted fugitive that they'd been tailing throughout the day. When our operator from our SWAT team assigned to the gang unit caught up to the suspect vehicle on Castroville Road, began trying to stop him for traffic violations. The vehicle fled at a high rate of speed. Fled, and the pursuit was initiated and authorized, being that we're in pursuit of a fleeing felon, a known wanted fugitive, documented gang member, who had several outstanding warrants for evading arrest with a vehicle, as well as some weapons-related charges. The pursuit lasted for several miles before ending up over on behind me here. At certain points during the pursuit, it's reported that the vehicle came into contact with patrol vehicles. Apparently, the suspect had attempted to ram or did ram patrol cars at several points. Here, with this island that you see behind me, the vehicle was pinned in by SAPD vehicles and BCSO vehicles when it appeared that he began trying to ram his way out. At a certain point, there were deputies and officers out on foot and in vehicles around the suspect vehicle when he began trying to ram his way out. One deputy opened fire on the vehicle, and then the vehicle did flee at a high rate of speed before losing control and crashing out behind me where the patrol cars are. The suspect was pulled out of the vehicle. He died there on scene. It's a suspect believed to be in his 40s. He has got a lengthy criminal history. He's 43 years of age. Does have a lengthy criminal history and is believed to be a documented member of the Tango Rejon gang. There was also a female passenger in the vehicle that was struck at least one time in the lower extremities by gunfire, believed to be have been fired by the deputy. She was transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. At this point, I don't know that we have questioned her as she is undergoing medical treatment. But at present, our Public Integrity Unit, our Internal Affairs Unit are on scene. They're investigating, as well as the DA's office, Civil Rights Division, in accordance with our shooting policy. We call in the DA's office, Civil Rights Division to come in and review the case from the onset. As far as the deputy goes, he is a veteran officer of the agency. I believe he's at least a 10-year veteran of the agency. I'll have to get you more specifics on that. But he's been assigned to the SWAT team for several years now. He is going to be placed on administrative leave for several days, at which point he'll be placed on administrative duty, pending, in keeping with our policy, pending review of the investigation. Esta tarde, uno de nuestros oficiales fue involucrado en un incidente con un sospechoso, donde el sospechoso fue baleado varias veces. Se aparenta que la unidad de antipandillas de SAPD se contactaron con nuestra unidad de antipandillas. Les pidieron la ayuda con un fugitivo que tenía varios órdenes por su arresto por huir de la policía, pero también por cuando menos un cargo de andar armado. Nuestros oficiales alcanzaron el sospechoso, vieron el sospechoso en la calle Castroville. Ellos intentaron de pararlo, pero él huyó de la escena a muy alta velocidad. Nuestros oficiales empezaron a perseguirlo con los vehículos. Ellos los persiguieron por varias millas. Cuando atrás de mí se aparenta que el sospechoso lo atraparon entre las dos agencias con varios carros de patrulla. El sospechoso empezó a estrellarse contra los carros de patrulla. Uno de mis oficiales, un operador del equipo SWAT, sí disparó varias veces hacia el carro del sospechoso, y ya el sospechoso se aparenta que fue baleado en ese momento. Intentó él de huir de la escena, pero él se estrelló, más bien él paró el carro ahí, más adelante en el camino. De allí lo sacaron del carro. El sospechoso había sufrido varios balazos. Falleció aquí en la escena. Una mujer que iba con el sospechoso como pasajera, ella fue baleada cuando menos una vez en una pierna, me parece. Es posible que fue baleada varias veces, pero yo nomás sé de uno, por cierto. Ella fue llevada al hospital en condiciones, la establecieron, y ella sigue en el hospital ahorita. El oficial tiene 13 años de ser oficial con nuestra agencia. Como dije, él está en el equipo SWAT. Ahora lo vamos a poner fuera del trabajo administrativamente por algunos días, pero ya él va a ser puesto en trabajo administrativo por algún rato mientras que se investiga el incidente. Nuestra unidad de asuntos internos y unidad de integridad pública también están investigando, tanto como la oficina del fiscal también están investigando. Ahora, ¿tienen preguntas?
¿El oficial tuvo justificación para hacer los disparos? Ahorita es lo que están tratando de determinar. Bueno,
por eso se tienen que investigar ahorita. Yo lo que yo vi en la pantalla, logré ver algunos de los videos de los oficiales. Se aparenta que él como que lo está tratando de parar, de estrellarse con otros carros o atropellar a otros oficiales, entonces él le disparó. Pero eso nos tiene que decir el oficial qué fue lo que vio él para causarlo, pero ahorita es lo que sabemos.
¿Los disparos se los hizo desde moviéndose en el carro?
El sospechoso estaba moviéndose en el carro, el oficial estaba a pie fuera de su carro, él.
So this all started on Castroville Road. Was the suspect doing anything at that time, or was this just trying to pull him over because he was a wanted felon?
There was a moving surveillance throughout the day by SAPD. At that point is where I believe we jumped in at Castroville Road at the request of SAPD. We became involved and attempted to help. They initiated a traffic stop there on Castroville. Our deputies established their own PC. In other words, they observed a traffic violation and they attempted to make the stop at that point. That's when he fled the scene.
And then he led y'all several miles throughout this entire chase. He was ramming deputies' vehicles?
My understanding is that at certain points he began ramming vehicles. Now I'm not clear at this point if the ramming all occurred here or if it occurred along the way. The reason that I say that is on the video you can see where it's shaky, and we can't tell without hearing it directly from the officer if there's collisions occurring at that point or if it's just the jostling of the camera within the vehicle. What the viewpoint that I saw was the body camera from the deputy. So as he's driving, all I can see is his steering wheel. I see him moving around and I can hear jostling that sounds like it could be collisions, but it could also be him jumping curbs or hitting bumps in the road.
Once he got here, that suspect, he was shot and killed by deputies?
Yes. So here at this traffic island behind me, the triangle traffic island behind me, they had him pinned in between the two agencies. Several patrol cars had him pinned in. He started ramming his way out and jumping the curb. At a certain point, my deputy was out on foot next to his patrol car, and it appeared the suspect was starting to ram his way out and was turning in the direction of the deputy. The deputy fired several shots into the driver's side door. The suspect then broke away and started driving away before it appears he lost control of his car and ended up in the grassy median behind me.
Do you know how many shots were fired?
No, it was probably from what I heard it was at least 5, but I would have to get an exact count later. El sospechoso sí es miembro de una pandilla.
¿Venezolano?
No. Este sospechoso es ciudadano americano.
¿Qué edad tiene? ¿Otra vez has comentado?
43 años.
Was anybody else in the vehicle? Or was just the two?
No, there was just those two. There was a dog in the vehicle as well, but the female passenger was in the front passenger seat. She was struck at least once by gunfire.
Was she taken to a hospital or treated here at the scene?
She was taken to an area hospital. She was ambulatory though. When the deputies initially made the approach, they actually ordered her to come to the back, so she was able to walk toward them, but they were able to get her out of harm's way. It also appears that the deputies at some point, they hadn't put eyes on the suspect. He was still in the car, so they actually fired some paintball pellets into the vehicle in an attempt to gas him out. When they didn't have success with that, they made the approach, and that's where they found him deceased, or appearing deceased. They pulled him from the vehicle, began administering first aid, but unfortunately they were not able to save his life.
Can you tell us how long that compensation was when they're trying to assess out if he's in the vehicle?
It was at least a minute or two that I could see. They were moving relatively quickly, but they were also moving as safely as they could to not put themselves in harm's way any more than was necessary.
Will the woman be facing charges when she's released from the hospital?
At this point, no, I don't believe so. Now, I don't know if she had outstanding warrants as well. That's possible, or if she was in possession of anything. But at this point, in connection with the pursuit itself, I think she was just a passenger.
Do you know how old she was?
No, sir. I'll get you that. We'll get you those details.
Who's leading the investigation?
BCSO. Mm-hmm.
And then I heard that there was 3, vehicles that kind of boxed him in. Is that accurate? Do you know about how many vehicles were surrounding the suspect's car?
I don't know if it was 3. I know it was several from both agencies.
And then the vehicle, just so I understand, ended up in the ditch.
Not in the ditch. He's kind of up on where you see the incline. He's kind of up on that.
And the suspect didn't fire any shots that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of. And of course, we have not yet completed the search of the vehicle, as we're still trying to determine,
What kind of vehicle is that he was driving?
It's a small import type. It's a small import type vehicle. I don't know exactly what kind it is. Okay, thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Sheriff.
I don't know whose is whose here. I think this is Chris. This is Miss T Days.
Thank you, Sheriff.
That's yours. That's the only one I'm
Thank you.
certain of.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's right.
Okay. Do they want your life?
Looks like it. I'm gonna ask Digital